All right, good evening. This is the regular meeting of the Blight Review Board here on Wednesday, November 13th. We are in room 206 of Town Hall at 5:30 p.m. I am calling this meeting to order as the senior member of this board. And our first order of business is to elect a new chair. So I need to open up that subject to the group and ask for nominations for the chair. Mr. Burke.
I nominate our esteemed current chair.
Thank you. I am willing to serve.
I second it.
All right, there's a second. All in favor? We should indicate by raising our hand. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I think that is all we need at this point for leadership of this committee. So let me ask you if you have had a chance to review the minutes of our last meeting, which was actually on September 11th of this year, and whether you have a motion to make in that regard. Move to approve?
Move to approve.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Good. Thank you very much. Okay. And also we have a proposed calendar, which I have sent out. I hope you received it. It provides for our meeting the second Wednesday of each month except August. And I didn't see any particular conflicts with any national holiday or anything else. So if you folks didn't have any problem with it, can I have a motion in that regard? Thank you, Mr. Burke, to approve that, and Ms. Oki seconded, and that is unanimous. Thank you. Okay, just a quick update on board memberships. I do understand that there's some new members of the RTM. We are still awaiting action by the RTM to move someone for appointment through the Board of Selectmen. That hasn't happened yet, but I think they may be focusing on the end of the year. All of our terms apparently expire at the end of this year. I'm not sure whether, Ms. Oki, you stepped into someone else's term or just how that works.
I was appointed by the Commission on Aging, and I think I did come in midstream.
Yeah.
It seemed to me I came in the spring of some year.
Okay. Yes.
2 years ago. I don't
Is
know.
it 2 years? Yeah. Well, in any event, I gather I was just reappointed by the Planning and Zoning Commission last night, so I think that appoints me to the term that goes for the new term beginning the first of the year.
And I was reappointed to the Commission on Aging
Recently?
last month.
Okay.
So
good.
I don't
So it's probably
know
the
how
same
that
thing.
affects it.
And Mr. Burke will be sure that the Board of Selectmen are all under control and they know to reappoint us to continue after the first of the year. I did see signs that there may be a new appointment to the Human Services Council. That's maybe premature, but hopefully if that happens, they may get a quorum and could appoint someone to this group too.
Yeah, right now we only have 3 members and it's a total of 7, so we have 4 vacancies.
So you need 4 to meet. Okay, well, hopefully that'll happen. All right, that's the best I can do there. There is a property owner is here who the file number for which is, I think, 17019.
Yes.
So may I suggest we go into executive session to discuss the potential claim concerning that property. Can I have a motion in that regard? Thank you, Mr. Burke.
Oh, I have to listen.
Just for.
Okay, sure. Can I leave my coat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Seconded by
Thank you.
Ms.
Thank
Oki. All in favor? Thank you.
You got the outside.
Okay.
I'll just sit here.
I would entertain a motion that we return to regular session. Thank you, Mr. Burke. Ms. Oki seconds. All in favor? We are indeed. Thank you. I would also entertain a motion concerning file 17-019, a matter in which we did discuss the condition of that property in executive session with the property owner, as a result of which I would entertain a motion to find that there are conditions of blight, at least 2 of them, including mold on the building itself, that the building itself is in a dilapidated condition, that there is debris on the property, perhaps other issues, but those are the ones we are looking at the moment. And in that light, we will find that there are blight conditions. However, we will not impose fines at this time because we have been told by the property owner that she is actively engaged with the town and a demolition contractor to move forward and get the property demolished. Hopefully by this meeting next December, a meeting of this board in December. So on that basis, if that is our understanding, could I have a motion to that effect?
So,
Ms. Oki and Mr. Burke seconds. All in favor, please indicate so. Thank you. Oh, I should have asked for further discussion, but I don't think there was going to be any further. Okay, thank you very much. Then, turning to the usual review of the status of properties, I would like to start with 21-001. Because there is a visitor here, who's not the property owner, but somebody I suspect would like to address us. Mr. Ferris, what have we got as a current condition?
Nothing has changed.
No change, okay.
The front of the house,
Yeah,
so we still got vines growing up onto the roof.
right.
This is the right side of the house.
Yeah.
This is a little closer. That's the garage. It still has panels broken out in the bottom. And this is the left side of the house. And you asked me once about mail. I just thought I'd show you that.
Right, very good. Okay.
And that's it.
That's it, all right, so there's no change. We have in the past found that there is a blight condition on the property, and we have been imposing fines of $100 a day since, looks like the fall of 2019.
December 14th.
December 14th, 2021?
2021? Oh, okay.
Right. This is the-
Oh, 20, I'm sorry, I was looking at the
21
wrong one.
case.
Yep,
Yeah.
Marshall made a boat service November of 2021. And we have filed liens, 2 of them now on the land, 3 of them now.
3.
On the land record. One was for $18,100, another was for $31,400. Another for $25,900. Oh, I guess so, yeah, we have 4 liens, 3 of them are continuing liens, I guess is how they do that.
Right.
So there's a 4th lien for $21,600.
Right.
All right, so we're fast approaching the 100,000 mark. Any sign of anyone living in that property?
Not
There's,
that I can tell, no.
in fact, contrary indication from the mailbox. Okay.
Right.
So the appropriate process, we could either move to foreclosure. It is a vacant property, and we have reason, Mr. Burke and I have talked with powers that be, including the first selectman, really it's the first selectman, who indicated that if we were to suggest moving forward on vacant properties, that he would encourage the approval of the Board of Selectmen, along with presumably Mr. Burke, to do that. So I think, I'm just trying to think of the order and comment
Yeah,
now.
perhaps we might, let whoever has public comment on the property, and then we can.
Comment before we do that.
And then we can vote.
Yep. Yep, I like that. So if there is anybody who would like to
Yes.
comment in the public, would you please come up to the microphone?
Oh, yes,
And
certainly.
just, when you get here, identify yourself by name and your address.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Fiona Porter. I'm the owner of 25 Wakemore Street, Darien, Connecticut.
And Ms. Porter, if I may,
Yes.
I'm sorry, we generally try to be somewhat sensitive to privacy of the owner of the property.
Oh, yes, I don't know who the owner is anyway.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yes.
that simple. And So it's a neighbor of yours, I gather, right?
Yes, two
Okay.
doors away.
Okay,
And just for full disclosure, I used to live at the end of the street at 41 Wakemore, so I've been on the street for quite a while now. I'm also a realtor and I sell all the homes nearby. And I also have my house on the market, but I cannot sell it because of the state of this property.
okay, thank you. Please make any other
Yeah.
comment you'd like.
So most of the people on the street have children, and I myself have a child as well. And the amount of, we have dogs as well, and the amount of vermin and things that are stuck in that yard, it's just awful. And there's some young kids that have come out of Manhattan, and you know, little boys, they're just going to be inquisitive, and it's a matter of time that their hands are going to be covered in glass. It's totally unsafe. There's mold, there's rats, probably snakes. It's just absolutely disgusting. The mailbox is actually fuller than that photo showed. Quite often we walk along the street and it's spewing out. People are just, the mailman continues to deliver. We're not allowed to do anything. And fellow realtors of my generation, they've come to say, can you not just go at night and get rid of all the weeds, just beautify the property a bit. Of course I'm not allowed to do that, I've asked, but I'm quite desperate, honestly, and I know that I'm representing all my people on the street. I'm representing members of Kensit. Those people come and walk on our street as well, that we have other people from Hoyt Street walking, we have people from Greenwood, and it's just, it's an eyesore, but more importantly, it's a health hazard and it's a safety hazard, and I know something bad is going to happen if somebody doesn't do something fast.
Can I ask you, what year did you first move to Wakemore?
So I was on Greenwood since 2014,
Okay.
and then sold my house on Greenwood, and then I moved to Wakemore, I think it was 2020.
In the time, since 2020,
Yeah.
have you ever observed anyone actually living in that
No.
house or in any activity
Only
in that
rats,
house?
rats and mice, squirrels, chipmunks, the odd grass snake, and families of deer. And the deer come, because the yard is so overgrown, they come literally from the backyard and they race across. And if somebody happens to be driving, it's going to be a mess.
Thank you.
Ms. Ramsteg, have I not heard that the town in the past has helped clean up? Well, of course, we can't get on the property without the permission of the owner, can we? No, we can't. I'll answer my own question.
I believe Public Works did like a pickup of garbage at a house. I don't know if we've ever done landscaping or anything like
Okay,
that. Is that what you mean?
okay.
Yeah.
And that pickup is not on this property?
No,
No, yeah, no.
different property.
No,
Do
we've
we
got
know
it.
if anyone's been paying taxes on the property? Is it
My understanding is the taxes have not been paid in 4 years.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I know that members of our street would be more than happy to club together if we could get permission, even just to do something at the front, because the poor people that live in their 1.5 million house opposite, this is what they have to look at. They have a young kid.
Yeah.
It's just not acceptable on any level.
Yeah. I should state for the record, I think I have received 8 or 9 emails from neighbors, I suspect of yours. I have passed them along to Mr. Ferentz for the file. They've all got a very similar complaint and are very concerned about it. So I hope maybe they will watch this meeting in the future so that they are aware that fines have been imposed since 2001, which has really been the limit of what we have been authorized to do until we have recently considered moving toward foreclosure. And now, as I indicated before, with the first selectman view on it, and I think we're ready to move forward where the property is abandoned, to recommend at least foreclosure. There is not really more we can do. We may be able to increase the fine, but not sure what purpose that would serve, and I can't do that right now. So, we're sensitive to the issue. There is still private property rights in the owner, so we have to be sensitive to that. But
I
there
should
you go.
backtrack because we did help with landscaping once, but when the owner was still living in the house and split the
Oh, yeah.
fee
Okay.
with the blight.
If the owner disappeared though, is there any committee that could step in, that could allow the people on our street to maybe even club together to pay for, because the beautification, because it's just so unsightly to look at every day.
Yeah. As it happens, there is a new statute. Does it apply that where a receiver could be appointed or could move?
That's right.
A party with direct and immediate interest in the building can file a petition in the Superior Court, and it could be a nearby resident, and the petition could say that it's not been occupied for 12 months, et cetera. I won't get into all the details, but the court could allow someone to become the receiver of the property and take various action to remedy the situation. That is part of a state statute. We're going to consider whether we're going to add that to our ordinance, but I don't know that we need to if somebody wanted to employ that. But so I direct you to council if you want to seriously consider doing something like that.
We would collectively, yes.
Okay. All right, but that's not something the town, well, the town actually could perhaps do it, but I'm not suggesting that at the moment. I'm suggesting you may just want to consider that legal alternative. All right, so
Thank you.
we thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you.
I hope your neighbors understand we are sensitive.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have, no, we don't. We should, let me put on the table, if one of you would so adopt a motion to move that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen that given the fact that we have found the blight conditions in the past, that we have find liens, that's 45, 75, 78, just about $100,000 at this point, and it's abandoned, apparently, that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen that foreclosure proceedings be commenced to foreclose on the liens that have been filed. Would anyone care to adopt that? Thank you, Ms. Oakley. Mr. Burke, seconds. Any further discussion on that? Mr. Ferentz, have any concerns? Ms.
No.
Ms. Ramstack? Okay with you? Okay. All right, so all in favor, please indicate. Thank you very much. Then that's approved. And Mr. Burke, let me know what kind of process you'd like from us, if you want a message from me, but I suspect you know how to get that done.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank you.
there's some concrete result for you.
Yes. Progress.
Good.
Thank you. Have a good night all.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Ferentz, back to regular order.
All right. 16001.
Oh, yes.
All right, so we invited the daughter of this property owner to this meeting, and I don't see her here.
Right.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
In one of our previous meetings, she said that she, her brother, and her father had agreed that they were going to sell the house and that they had a possible interested party. Nothing's changed.
Right.
The house sits the way it is. There's no for sale sign. There's no listing that I could find.
And apparently unoccupied.
It is unoccupied. Yeah, that's correct.
It has been, and we haven't heard from that daughter in, I'm gonna say, 4 or 5 months?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably at minimum 4 months ago.
We have been finding it, liens through,
No.
oh,
We stopped. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second.
no,
Yeah, we stopped the liens at some point when the property got cleaned up, if I'm not mistaken.
and maybe when we were told that they would be moving to sell.
So the only lien filed was 3/24/22 for 23,600.
Well,
So we are not currently finding them, which I think is one of the reasons that we asked them to come in tonight to
Right.
discuss that.
right. So okay, so that was a formal notice we gave them that we would consider the blight conditions and they make a finding of that and impose fines.
Correct.
And that's our letter to them.
Uh,
Okay,
The
well,
back is still a mess.
clearly, and that's a picture from Mystic Lane.
Yes. And
I'm supposed to
this
say.
is a little closer.
Yeah. All right, so items of blight are clearly broken windows, mold growing on the roof, dilapidated condition, overgrowth of, can we say overgrowth? What do you think?
Oh, I think we're safe in saying that.
Okay, so we've got those 4 particular items. Any comment from Ms. Oakey, Mr. Burke? Just $100 a day be reasonable? Okay, so may I have a motion that we find those 4 items of blight and impose a fine, reimpose fines of $100 a day on that property, which we refer to as 16-001. I have a motion to that effect. Mr. Burke, thank you. Ms. Oakey, seconds. Any further discussion about that? Okay, then all in favor, it's unanimous. Now, given the criterion we've established for foreclosure, that it is unoccupied and it is continuing in blight condition, while the amount of fines may not be, well, they're substantial, I would think, in anybody's world, but they don't rise to the level of some others we have, but nonetheless, we have given the family plenty of opportunity, and I would think we would want to recommend to the Board of Selectmen that they commence foreclosure proceedings in hopes of getting action. Comment? Concerns? Motion?
I mean, it's certainly at the point where we, should do it. I mean, obviously, it's not at that 100,000 mark yet, but with, with regard to not having any contact and it being unoccupied, I think it's proper that we recommend this action because there's no real reasonable expectation that continuing along on this path will change or alter the status of the properties.
Right.
And she didn't get in touch with you, Mr. Ferentz, that she was coming, or?
No, she signed the return receipt from the envelope, from the registered mail, but I haven't heard from her.
Okay, so I saw Ms. Oakey raise her hand that
Yeah,
you're adopting that motion. Okay, Mr. Burke is seconded. Further discussion? Anything? No? Okay, all in favor? Hands up. Thank you. Okay, so that is adopted. That is a second property we will recommend to the Board of Selectmen. Move toward foreclosure. Next, Mr. Ferentz.
17011.
Oh, yes.
No changes here.
And this is one that apparently he claims it is occupied.
It is
It is
occupied.
occupied, all right. We have been fining since,
Yes.
let's see, yeah, have we done a continuing lien? Continued to, I think did one in January of '24. Oh, no, then we did a third in August, yeah, so I guess we're up to date with that one, and
Yes.
So I think, we could, of course, recommend moving in foreclosure, but I don't think we need to bite off that issue right now.
Right.
Okay, next, please, Mr. Ferentz.
17019, we discussed in executive session.
Okay, right. and moved accordingly.
Yes, 18002. This is just a reminder of what this building looked like 6 months ago. This is what it looks like now.
Yeah, that's great.
It is on the market.
Good.
I have a concern that, or had a concern that the current owner was not aware of the existing lien, which according to the town council, the lien follows the property.
Oh, yeah.
So I asked the town attorney to send a letter to the current owner, which he did, and he notified the owners on October 24th.
Yeah, I also took the liberty of emailing the Realtor to
Yes, thank you.
let her know that, that
Good.
there was a line,
No reply from the owner?
Not to me,
and no response from the Realtor.
and I haven't heard from the town attorney.
Okay, well, I suspect if they arrive at town hall with a deed in hand, we will hear
I
pretty
would think.
promptly.
But at least it's not hidden. Everybody's aware of it now.
Right, right,
So, and that was my concern.
yeah. Okay, nothing further for us.
All right, 18004. Nothing's changed here. A few things got moved around.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know
But,
that property is occupied.
It
Oh,
is.
but we have previously, and I guess we should renew, well, no, if, given the new understanding at least, we would not move at this point for foreclosure.
Well, it's already, we had already recommended
We
it
had,
once, so it's really, for the selectmen to take up. I mean, we're
yeah,
aware of it.
should we renew it? Renew the recommendation?
I mean, I don't think it's necessary. I think if there was an extraordinary circumstance that would give rise to making an application to withdraw the recommendation, but I think the recommendation remains in force, really,
Yeah.
until we notify the board otherwise.
Yeah, I agree. Just thinking of just how particular this owner would be, but I don't see any particular defense arising from the fact that we made that recommendation some time ago. If the Board of Selectmen decides now to do it, no harm, no foul.
Right, and again, I think, the facts are, remain, unchanged, and the Board of Selectmen can decide whatever's in their purview with regard to the recommendation and how to, proceed. But I think from our board standpoint, this is where we're at with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
matter.
We have not changed our mind. I
Yeah.
think the record can
Haven't
reflect
been-
that.
Given any reason to,
No.
so.
Right, Ms. Oki, you on board with that?
I'm on board.
Good, okay. All right then, next, Mr. Ferentz.
All right, 21001 we've discussed.
Yep.
23001. There's not really any changes here. The son is maintaining the lawn. He's cut back a lot of the
Oh, yeah.
vines that were growing on the house. This is to the right of the house. He's got a lot of plants growing in there. And this is to the left of the house at the garage. And I'm not quite sure what this structure is to the left of the garage. It looks like it may have fallen off the building.
Oh,
I don't know. This might be a little clearer.
there's not a tree that fell down on it?
No, it's structural. I mean, this looks like the roof line.
Yeah,
Oh,
And there is a hole up here, which I will point out,
mm-hmm.
just in case you can't see it. It's
Oh,
right
nice
there.
touch, outline for it, good.
And this is taken from the middle school property through the trees,
Oh, really? Okay.
which I haven't been able to do for the last couple of months because of all the leaves.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and yet we know the circumstances of parent financial issues. Oh, so the blue tarp is down, right?
Yes.
But leaving uncovered a hole in the
Well,
roof.
I suspect it's been that way for probably at least a couple of years, because, you know, the roof is gone in that area anyway.
Yeah. Had we called him in for a meeting today?
No,
Oh,
no, because he was here
maybe the last one.
2 months ago.
Oh, right, well, September, right, our last meeting. Thoughts,
So-
folks?
If you want to call him back in, it would not be until January, because we don't have 30 days between now and the
Yeah.
December meeting.
Yeah. I think that's appropriate. I know it's a tough situation, but
Right.
you are not hearing from neighbors, Mr. Ferentz?
No,
So have him back in January with an eye towards starting fines if,
Yeah, yeah. He really needs to get that roof, you know, a couple pieces of plywood or something. And the garage door, oh, no, he did something with the garage door, I think, that sealed it. Did he? not say that?
I think he did something. I can't see it now because of the
Growth?
plant that's growing in front of it.
Yeah, which may not be the worst thing, but,
No, maybe not.
um,
But that's going to die back as soon as we
Yeah.
get a frost.
yeah, right. So, we have the several issues of blight, hole in the roof, and overgrowth. What else have we got?
He's got shingles missing on the front of the house, on the roof. Just a few, but
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
up here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so you think we got 3 that we can
Yes.
itemize for? Okay. Then let's do that and ask them to come in and, with a formal notice that we may begin fines. Oh, we should have a motion to that effect, that we're calling in the owner of 23-011 to explain the prospective blight conditions and potential fines. Okay, that's unanimous, thank you. Okay, oh, we know about Sedgwick, right? We don't,
Well, kind of.
there's really
The,
nothing we can do about it.
There was a ZBA meeting on the 25th, which got canceled, and it also got canceled on, I'm sorry, the 25th of September. They also canceled the one on October 16th, but then they had a meeting on October 23rd where they asked for more information. So they continued it to the next meeting, which happens to be in 1 hour. So, I guess to be continued. There are two main issues, were that this driveway is too narrow. The neighbor to the other side is complaining that the driveway is encroaching on her property, and apparently it's been surveyed, and it actually is encroaching on the property, which makes it even narrower up near the road. The other issue that the board had was the width of this sidewalk. They would like to have that wall taken down and the sidewalk enlarged, which the owner said they would do, but then ZBA said that they wanted to see it in a formal proposal. So hopefully they may get that done tonight.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's any action we should take
No.
at this point, sympathetic as we are to the neighbors,
I
but.
feel, well, but even to the poor people who bought this, goodness,
Yeah, that's
what
true
a
too.
disaster.
I know, I feel bad for them.
Okay, so we move on.
All right, that's it.
Is that it? All right.
Yes,
All those
sir.
other files you had are resolving themselves?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good.
We're moving along.
Okay. Good, good. All right, then let's return to the agenda here. Discuss amending the blight ordinance consistent with recent statutory changes. So I'm sure Ms. Oki, Mr. Burke recall our meeting with Attorney Burney. I think it was in September, yep, it was. And he provided a legal memorandum about the new statute, which provides for increasing fines to not more than $150 a day for if a violation continues on an occupied property, and $250 a day for a vacant property, and not more than $1,000 a day for each day a violation continues if that violation is the third or more such violation at that property during the previous 12 months, which is further defined here. I won't get into that at this moment unless you like. And they did provide us with sort of a format for amending the blight ordinance as it exists, which was pretty much plugging in those numbers into our existing ordinance. But also I would expect that they would want to include the receivership language that I referred to earlier, just kind of as an enabling provision, even though I think the statute is probably all anyone needs to act under it, but might as well include it in such an ordinance. And any other further provisions that the council thinks are appropriate for us, including enforcing blight remediation against commercial property. So actually, we've already plugged that in
Right.
to our statute. So let me see if you want to move that we ask town council to draft an amendment to the existing blight ordinance to incorporate the new measures authorized by the recent statute as they've described to us.
So moved.
Okay. Okay, any discussion on that? Any reason to deviate from any of those provisions?
Might as well have them in our books
Yep.
too.
Exactly, good. Okay, so I think the process would be that we can ask town council to do that. Maybe that should be confirmed through the selectman's office, since we'll be spending some money, I suppose, on that. And assuming that that goes smoothly, they'll get it to us for our okay. We would then move it to the Board of Selectmen, who would, if they wish, move it to the RTM. I think that's how that works, if I recall.
Yep.
Okay, good, thank you. All right, we didn't quite make it to 6:30, but I don't have any other business. Motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Burke, and Ms. Elke seconded, and it's unanimous, and thank you. Okay, thank you, Channel 79.